Well, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
Forgot what to say.
We are the Milburn, and we are glad to be in your presence today at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh God, y'all had to excuse me. I just came back from spending 3 days with Pastor Dunamis D, Dr. Dunamis D, boy, and I'm still like, way
Mhm.
after this. So forgive me. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We are the Milburns. I am Barbara Milburn,
And I am Joseph Milburn,
and together we are Team
Team
Milburn.
Milburn.
And we are back this Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode,
Uh,
Marriage Over 70.
yeah.
Today's topic, we are talking about love is a choice.
Mm.
And we want to know, or we're going to talk about choosing each other daily, to make the actual choice to choose each other daily. So
Mm.
chime in, give us a heart emoji if you can hear us good. Tell us what state you're representing. Tell us if you have been here with us every episode or most of the episodes on Saturday, put a number one in the chat for us. If you are new and you have never seen either one of us before and you don't know who these crazy people are laughing and giggling, put a zero in the comments because, as Dr. G says, the zero means that you are our hero because you have come to join us for the very first time.
Mm.
So thank you, thank you. I think I said that backwards.
Yes, but it's okay.
You got me all messed up today. I'm blaming this on you.
And I'm letting you lead.
So come on in the room, come on in the room, come on in the room for another episode of Black and Married with Kids. We are the Milburns. Together we are.
Team Milburn.
And our platform, our main category is marriage over 70. But today we are talking about love is a choice. Are we choosing each other daily? So, first of all, welcome back. We're glad to see you. I think I've gotten over my giggles now. Help me, Holy Ghost.
Thank you, Jesus.
But what we're talking about tonight seems really simple, right? A choice, making a choice to love the person that you're with.
Mhm.
So when most people think about love, they think about, that butterfly kind of love. You get the butterflies in your belly and you got that chemistry. You can't keep your hands off of each other. You're so excited to see each other every day. But anybody who has been married for a long time
Mhm.
or for a number of years, you know that that's not really life. That's the fairy tale version. So just so we'll know, drop in the chat if you are a couple, significant other, how many years you have been together. And do you ever get to that point where you feel like, maybe this ain't right? Because feelings, they come and they go. Some days we wake up and we look over at that person and we're just, all goo goo gaga in love with them. Some days we look over and we think, dang, you know, who is this person in my bed? How did I get here? How did I get here? Sometimes you feel irritated, you feel misunderstood, just plain human. I mean, it's really part of life, you know? So the real foundation of the marriage shows up when you can get past those feelings and continue to build on what the marriage is all about.
Mhm.
Because the marriage is a covenant, it's not a contract. I was raised as if it was a contract. I don't know about you, many of us were raised as if it was a contract. But actually, it's a covenant between you and your spouse and God. Because if Christ is not in it, big piece of it is missing.
Yes.
So Joe and I aren't still together after all of these years because every day woke up feeling magical. You know,
Right.
that's just unrealistic.
Mm.
Love is not something that you feel. Love is something that you decide. You decide to listen. Sometimes when you
Mm.
really rather just walk away, I
Mhm.
don't want to hear that.
Mhm.
I'm tired of listening to you. You
Mm.
know, said that 1,000 times. You decide to love because it looks romantic, but sometimes what it really looks like is restraint. Sometimes you really need to go, "Woosah," just take a breath, back off, you know? Sometimes choosing love looks like saying, Lord, help me to keep my mouth shut right now. Don't let me say what I'm thinking, because if I say what I'm thinking, it's going to cause an argument. It's not going to sound good. I don't want to do that. But the truth is, the longer you're married, the more you realize that marriage is not about finding that perfect person. It's about choosing the same imperfect person over and over again.
Mhm.
Now, I want to take a pause break right there because I was so busy giggling, I forgot to say that we would like to thank Dr. Dunamis D, who has me up on this cloud today,
Yes. Mhm.
for inviting us to be on this platform, to take over Black and Married with Kids for 30 minutes or so, just to talk about, our life issues. Dr. D and her daughter Ariel are the owners and co-owners of Black and Married with Kids. And we appreciate them trusting us enough to allow us to be here. And we do not take this opportunity for granted. So thank you, Pastor D. Thank you, everybody who was there. Thank you for Benita for tagging everybody. I
Thank you.
appreciate you
Thank you.
being there.
Thank you. Yes.
Anybody else that's out there, tag somebody else, share our page
Mm.
so that we can get some more activity going. Because we have some good stuff that we're going to talk about today. And then we have some other things that we would like to share with you before we go, because we have some exciting stuff coming up
Mm.
next month in April.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that you know about it. And it's part of the reason why I have been away for these last 3 days, because what was going on where we were is leading up to what we're going to share with you that's going to be happening in April. But for those of us who have walked through some decades of life, and again, we're talking about, is love a choice? So if you've been together for a number of years, you probably know that every day is not easy. Some days are really hard.
Mhm.
Some days you think, am I going to make it through? Some days you think, God, just get me through this one day. Some days you're tired. You don't worked all day. You've been dealing with the children all day. Your emotions are raw. You're just touchy, I guess is a good word. And the least little thing that you say can set you off. But real love says, I'm still here. I'm still committed.
Mhm.
And today, I still choose you.
Thank you.
And let's just be honest for a moment. There are seasons in every marriage where sometimes couples really do stop choosing each other. We were at a time in our relationship
Yes.
where we stopped choosing each other.
Mhm.
But the Lord had a better plan, and his plan and our plan are totally different. And his plan brought us back together. And this time, our relationship, I believe, is very different. We're closer.
Stronger.
Mhm.
Stronger.
We're more friends than we were before.
Yes.
We were friends before, but we're even better
Best
friends
friends
now.
now.
Yeah, than we
Mhm.
were before. But as life gets busy
Mhm.
and responsibilities pile up, people get comfortable with each other. Sometimes when you're too comfortable, you'll say something. You'll snap at that mate just because you had a hard day at work. And you might not have been bold enough to yell at your boss, but you're gonna come home and take it out
Mhm.
on your spouse just
Mhm.
because you can.
Mhm.
And then before you know it, two people who once pursued each other are now just coexisting in the same house.
Mhm.
Because choosing each other daily does not mean that everything's perfect.
No.
You check in what you can do though to keep it close knit. It ain't ever gonna be perfect. But do things like check in with each other daily. Um, Speak kindly to each other. If your spouse is still working, put little love notes in their lunch if you pack a lunch. Send them a text in the middle of the day just to say, hey, I was thinking about you. I just wanted you to know you were on my mind. And over the years, Joe and I have learned that marriage works best when both people keep asking themselves, am I choosing my spouse daily?
Mhm.
Because the strongest marriages aren't the ones who don't have any challenges. The strongest marriages are the ones that keep striving to make it better over and over and over again.
Again.
Every day I get up and I say, I choose you, Joe.
Mhm. And I do the same.
Thank you. Every day I get up and I tell myself how lucky I am to have somebody who really cares for me. Because I've had some relationships where the person really didn't care for me. Something else we were talking about over the last 3 days, that narcissistic personality where they really don't care for you. What they're really doing is boosting their own ego and using you to do it. So the real truth is love that lasts for decades does not happen by accident. It happens by making a decision. It happens by saying over and over and over again, I choose you.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, all that being said, Joe is going to talk to you a little bit about the different kinds of love. We know some of them, but he even pulled up a few that I didn't know. Joe. And while
Okay.
he's doing that, I'm going to tag some people. And if you haven't tagged some people, let's do that now.
Before I go into the different types of love, different kinds of love, uh, I want to uh, tap on your choosing each other daily. You know, that takes work.
It does.
It takes work, work like showing patience when you are tired. Listen to the same story over and over again. It takes a little work. It when you give grace for those little small mistakes that we do,
Hmm. Hmm.
and celebrating the tiny wins, that you do, I do, we all celebrate as if we've done it together. You know, when things go wrong, we reach for connection instead of retreating in silence.
Hmm.
I know all about staying in silence. That's another story. But choosing each other is not glamorous. It's not dramatic, but it's the glue that holds life and marriage together. I learned love don't stay alive on its own.
It doesn't. It
No,
doesn't. It does not.
it stays alive because two people keep choosing it.
Right.
You know. Now, we people talk about love, how to find it, how to keep it, how to fix it when it's broke. But there's a question we don't ask nearly enough. Are we choosing each other daily? Not just a year on anniversary, not just Valentine's Day,
Hmm.
not just when you're feeling romantic, you know, you got to choose each other daily. And like I said, it takes work.
It does take work.
You
It's
know,
not easy.
no, it's not easy.
The TV and the fairy tales make it look like it's easy.
Yes. But now we're talking about the seven kinds of love. You're going to have to help me with some of these.
Okay.
Okay. Eros,
Hmm.
the romantic love.
That's the
Like
one
we,
most of us know.
yeah, like we talking about the sparks, the butterflies. Everything has to be on point when we come see each other or when we have that date, Philios or Philios,
Hmm.
the deep friendship. That's the friendship you're talking about when we was are we friends? Are we more friendly now? We
Hmm.
have a tighter friendship now than we
Hmm.
did in the past years, but I think we do,
I think we do too.
you know.
I think we do too. I think we understand each other better.
hmm People know the friend Filial love is between friends. People know your story, they know your habits,
Hmm.
and they put up with you. It's the friends that who help move furniture, even though you swore it wasn't heavy. That's the kind of love and friendship that you really like to grow into. And the other one is storage.
Georgie, I say.
Georgie, okay, okay.
Hmm.
You know, that's the family love, the love that says I'm related to you and I'm still here with you. That's the
Right.
cousins, the aunts, the uncles. That's the ones that annoys you and but you
But you
still
still
love
love them.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
And agape.
Got that.
That's agape love, the unconditional love,
Love of Christ.
and the love of
That's the
Christ.
one we're supposed to be striving for.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, very good, very good. The love you ask for nothing in return,
Hmm.
agape,
Gotta do nothing. You
Mhm.
ain't gotta do nothing special. You ain't got to earn it. You ain't got to look good. They even love you when you're stinky.
Yes,
It's
yes,
just Jesus love.
Jesus kind of love, yeah. And our kind of love, Ludus, the playful love,
Yeah.
the flirting, the teasing, the inside jokes. Ludus is the love that keeps relationship from getting too serious.
Yeah, we got a lot of inside jokes. Sometimes we just get to giggling and people look at us like we're crazy. But we can't really tell them because it's an inside
And
joke.
it's the laughter, the dancing in the kitchen, where, you just, that song hit you in your head. It might not be, it's just in your mind, but you out there, you just
Yeah.
scrolling, rocking and rolling and looking at each other, then you bust out laughing, you know, the pregnant love, the enduring love,
Enduring.
you know,
Kind that lasts forever.
kind that lasts forever.
Supposed to last forever.
But it lasts through hardships and
Yes.
it lasts through all kinds of uh, bad situations, but you can still pull together with that type of love. And this one,
Falatia?
yeah,
Falatia.
Latia,
Falatia. I think
yeah,
it's pronounced.
thank you. I couldn't pronounce that. This is the foundation, just a healthy respect for yourself, taking care of yourself so you could help take care of others later on down the line, you
Hmm.
know. And there are maybe three or four other type of love that the Greek has named, but I'm not going into that, but they are some of the types of love that's in your marriage and your relationship daily,
Hmm.
and we just think of love as love.
As love. It's all lumped into one category, and I think we think we're supposed to be perfect because I can't speak for the males, but a lot of us females grew up on the fairy tales, happily ever after, and
Mhm.
and the night comes and sweeps you away, and you ride off into the sunset, and he loves you forever, and life is perfect. That's really a dream.
Mhm.
It's a nice dream, but it's a dream.
That's the whole it is, a dream, a
Hmm.
pipe dream. You remember the pipe dream back in the year?
Yeah.
Okay, but I would like to thank Apostle D and her daughter Ariel for giving us the opportunity to be on this platform,
Hmm.
with marriage,
Black and married with
black
kids.
and married with kids.
Hmm. And our main topic is marriage over 70. Today, if you're just joining us, we're talking about love is a choice. And are you choosing each other daily? And I just want to look for a minute and see who is here. I know I see Benita. Benita said love that lasts for decades is not being judgmental to each other.
Yes.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Who says, you on my street, Papa Joe?
Ah, thank you.
I see Kathy is in. Kathy just spent 3 days with me. She knows
Mhm.
why I'm hysterical. Sister Lillian, my BFF, she's always hanging in there with me all the time. Thank you, Lillian, for always being there, for always being supportive. I love you. And I'm going to see Benita and Lillian. Twana, I see Twana. She says, "Good evening, Mother and Papa.
Good evening.
I'm going to see all of you guys in April. I am so anxious to be there. And speaking of April, I want to talk about, you see that link that's in the chat? It says Black and Married with Kids join the Black and Married private Facebook group. And then there's a little bit.ly, we call it. It says bit.ly/BMWK.group. If you are not a part of the private Facebook group, I admonish you to do it now because there's so many things that are coming up. If you just missed that 3-day intensive workshop that we just finished up, actually, we're not finished because we have one more day to go, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow is the master class. But for 3 days, we have been talking about the narcissist and how we have just survived having a narcissist in our lives. And as we have listened to Pastor D teach us, we have figured out that a lot of times, especially us women, we're so quick to call the male a narcissist and he did this and he did that. But what we really need to be doing is looking in the mirror, because if we're not examining ourselves, then we're not looking at the whole picture. And truth of the matter is, if you have a mate or whoever, it don't have to be your mate. It could be your brother, your father, your uncle. It can even be another female. But if you see narcissistic tendencies in that person, you can bet your bottom dollar that you have some of those same tendencies in you, because they attract.
Okay.
We attract what's in the other person. There's something in me that's in you, and that's why you were attracted to me, and vice versa. And it works for all of us. There's no special formula about it. Okay. So we just finished this 3-day workshop. It was awesome. We have learned so much. Tomorrow, which is Sunday, those of us who have been there for the last 3 days, we come together for one final teaching on this particular subject now, because in April, when we go to the Healing for My Soul live, we are going to get more intensive information on the narcissist, how to deal with it, how to recognize it in yourself, how to recognize it in other people, because we can't identify something, well, we can't recognize something if we can't identify it. So we got to be able to pick those characteristics out and know what they are, because when we know what they are, then we can war against them in the right way, because it's a constant spiritual warfare. The narcissist is a spirit. And so it's something that has to be dealt with in the spirit realm. It's not just a natural thing. You can say, well, don't do this anymore, and they're going to follow you. You have to be able to take this thing to God. You have to be able to war in the spirit.
Mm.
You have to know what spirits and demons you are fighting against. And we are learning all of that with Pastor D in Dunamis, the university, DCI, Dunamis as a whole. She is a mighty warrior who is teaching women and men how to heal in their relationships and how to make their relationships better. So I admonish you, click that link, join the Facebook group, go to www.healingformysoullive.com, because this is a live event. It will happen April 24th through 25th in Georgia. Get your ticket, get your airfare before it goes up again,
Yes.
and be in the room. If you really want to learn more about yourself, be in the room, because that's really the whole key about everything, guys, is knowing you. Because if you don't know you, how are you going to know somebody else? How are you going to
Mhm.
pass judgment on somebody else when you got all these things inside of you? And you're right, Melody, anyone can be a narcissist.
Mhm.
That's why I just said, if you're looking at that man and you're calling him a narcissist, 9 times out of 10, you got some of those same tendencies in you. And some of those traits we don't even really recognize. We don't recognize the pride. We don't recognize the control. We don't recognize the person always wanting to be in charge. We don't look at it as being narcissistic tendencies. I know I didn't, especially when I was younger. I just thought it was just part of life. That's how people act. That's how they do. but that's not the case. So back to our topic, love is a choice,
It's a choice.
and we have to choose, we have to decide to choose each other daily. But sometimes in relationships,
Mhm.
like we talked about that goo goo gaga kind of love, where you're all
Heroes.
trying to stay away from each other. And in the beginning, that's what you feel. It's new, it's fresh. You're not used to that person is not used to you. But as you spend time with each other, you get to know each other's tendencies. You get to pick up those things that might get on your nerves. You get to pick up those things that you think, wow, why do they do that? What is wrong with them?
Mhm.
But life be life in all the time. And in the beginning, we don't have the things to weigh us down. In the beginning, usually you don't have no children. That's debatable nowadays. But in the beginning,
Mhm.
you don't have children.
Mhm.
You may not have bought your house yet. Um, you don't have all of the things, the responsibilities, I guess is a good word. We don't have the utility bills. We don't have income taxes we have to file every year. We don't have to go to the grocery store every week. If it's
Mhm.
just the two of us, maybe we eat out a lot. We don't have children, so we don't have to spend money for clothes. Now, us as adults, we can wear some of our same stuff over and over and over again, or even wear our shoes till we get holes in the bottom if we want. Don't nobody know that but us. But when you got kids and they're growing like every few minutes, that 3T don't last but 6 months. So you got to go out and buy all new stuff. Their feet are constantly getting bigger. So you got to go out and buy new shoes. And when they're learning how to walk, at least in my day, you had to buy a certain kind of shoes. You had to get these special little orthopedic shoes so their little feet wouldn't have
Mhm.
corns and
Mhm.
hammer toes and all that when they grow up. All that is money, dental bills, doctor bills. When you start to accumulate all those things, it's pressure, it's stress. And so that giddy love now has some pressure on it, and we don't always react with each other the way we should react with each
Mhm.
other. That's when making the choice really comes in. You have to decide, well, okay, you know, saying to myself, okay, self, Joe just pissed you off, and you really want to tell him blah, 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 blah. But is that right? Mm-mm. The Holy Spirit will convict you. Maybe you just want to yell. Maybe he wants to yell at me.
Mhm.
But is that right? Mm-mm. The Holy Spirit will convict you. You may do it, but if you are centered with Christ, he's not going to condemn you, but he will convict you. He'll tell you, that wasn't right. You need to go and apologize. And sometimes you have to swallow your pride and you have to go to that person and say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I said it, but I didn't mean it. And that's another thing, folks. Once it's out there,
It's out, yeah,
it's out there.
it's out there.
You can't take it back.
Mhm.
And maybe I really am sincere in my apology. And maybe he accepts it sincerely. But that thought is not going to go away quite so easily. I remember a little story. It was one of those little email blurts that went around, and it had to do with a fence. And it kind of went like this: when you take the nail and you bang the hole, you bang, 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 you put a hole in the fence. You do another one, bang, 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 you put a hole in this fence. Okay, well, you might decide, you know what, I don't want all them nails in anymore. So you pull them all out. So now what you got? You got a holy fence. And that's what we have when we keep banging nails into each other. Our soul develops holes, and those holes develop trauma. Those traumas develop something even more intense. And then the next thing you know, you're going through this emotional roller coaster kind of thing, and you let the little voices in your head speak to you and tell you, well, he couldn't really love you anyway, because if he did, he wouldn't talk to you that way, or I ain't got to take this. I'm gonna go out and find somebody who appreciates me. And so then you go out, and then he finds out, and then he goes out because you went out. So they were doing a tit for tat,
Mhm.
and the deficit, the hole from that nail is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when it gets so big, it's hard to come back. So you have to nip that in the bud before it gets to that point. Cut it off at the root. Pluck it up. Because it can't live in your relationship if you want your relationship to flourish.
You got to learn how to
Yes.
forgive and forget.
And forget. And the forgetting
Mhm.
part is hard.
It's hard.
It's hard, but it can be done.
Like God, He throws it into the sea
Sea
of
of
forgetfulness.
forgetfulness. But we're not Christ. We striving to be like
Like
him.
Him.
We got a long way to go.
Hmm.
We got a long way to go.
Hmm.
And as the scripture says, um, until the day that Christ returns, we will be continually trying to get better. Now I'm paraphrasing. I know it don't really
Hmm.
say that in the King
Hmm.
James version, so don't go looking for it because you ain't gonna find those words. But that is what it means.
Hmm.
So again, I thank you guys for joining us for the Black and Married with Kids takeover. I thank Pastor D and her daughter Ariel Fuller for giving us an opportunity to chat with you guys for just a little bit of time. I thank you guys for showing up. Now I'm gonna go back and redo that 1 and 0 thing again because I really messed that up. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I really messed that up. Okay. If you have never been here before, put a 1 in the chat. 1. So we know that you've never been here so that we can reach out and thank you for coming because you could be doing anything else with your afternoon. It's getting to be spring. We're going into summer. People are going to be out doing what they do.
Right.
So I thank you just for
Hmm.
being here because you didn't have to be. If you have been following us all the time, and we have been here every Saturday, with the exception of one, and we were with Pastor D on that one,
Yes.
we have been here every Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Black and Married with Kids takeover. Our main topic is marriage over 70 because we're both
Over
over 70.
70.
But today's topic has been love is a choice. And do you daily choose to continue loving your mate? It's a daily choice, guys, a
Hmm.
daily
Hmm.
choice. Again, share the page, tag somebody that you know is not here. Benita, thank you so much. I saw you just tagged everyone. I love you.
Great, great.
I love you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Share the page. Come back next week. Give us some topics, guys. We need to have some topics that you really want us to talk about. We ask you that every week. Every week, nobody says anything. I know you got some ideas. I know you just don't show up here every day to see what we got to
Not
talk
talking.
about. Right? So, what is it that you would like to know that we have not talked about? We can, roll it around in our own heads. Everything we run, that we talk about, it has to go through a process. Everything has a process,
Hmm.
but you give us a place to start. So please put in the chat what you would like for us to talk about, what you would like to hear for us to say. Uh, Ask us some personal questions. We might break down and answer them.
We will break down and answer. And we, you have ideas that we haven't even thought of just yet, and we're trying to think of ideas, topics out of our heads, off of our
Mhm.
heads. And I know y'all have some great ideas.
Sometimes what we think about, what we think is something that you guys might want to hear, it might not even really be what you want to hear. So we would rather talk about something that you're interested in hearing than to just hear us rattle on and on every weekend about stuff that don't mean anything to you. Everybody has something that deep down in their side they would like to know about their relationship with their mate.
Hmm.
That you would like to just hear some talking about to know if you're on the right track, if you
Hmm.
should do it differently.
Or see if we have one through what you
Right.
uh, had come up with.
Right, because I say every week when I'm here, neither one of us come with any kind of degrees. We don't have the master's degrees or, we don't have any of that. All we have is what we have learned living life in the hood, in a sense. We got some street smarts. because we learned from trial and error, but we learn because of the pain that we have experienced in our own
Mhm.
lives, just going through some of these things. And as Pastor D always says, get on the Clarence rack. You ain't got to go through the pain if
Mhm.
what we have been through will help you to avoid that.
Yes.
So please, before I go, one more thing. I want you to continue to keep coming back. We have an amazing panel that comes just about every day of the week, and everybody has a different topic and a different platform. On Mondays at 12 noon, we have Dr. G. Glenda Bailey Hayden. She has what she calls a mom's minute. 12 noon on Monday, right in the middle of the day, is something that really can give, say, a mom who's at home with her kids all day, and really needs some adult conversation and is just chawing at the bit to talk to somebody, but they can't because husband's at work, friends might be working, they're here with these children, and they just need a break.
Mhm.
Brenda has these really cool uh, strategies on how to make your life a little easier, how not to be feeling like beating up on yourself because you didn't do something right. Maybe you yelled at the kids and God is on you about that. She gives you little tips on how to avoid that. Not just how to count to 10. I mean some serious strategies. Glenda has that uh, background, that psychology background, and
Mhm.
so her tips really are in a counseling nature, therapeutic nature.
Mhm.
And then at 7 o'clock on Monday evenings, the same day, we have Kevin and Maisha Booker. They talk about infidelity in the marriage, and they have some really tough topics. Kudos to both of you for the
Yes.
topics that you pick.
Mhm.
Kudos to Kevin and Maisha for being so transparent about the
Mhm.
things that go on in your relationship. And then on Tuesday, we have Pastors Stan and Gail Whitfield. Their main topic is faith in marriage. They also have some very deep conversations. You
Mhm.
got to come and join them. They come on at 8 p.m. on Tuesday evenings. Then on Thursday, also at 8 p.m., we have Dr. Garrett White and his beautiful wife, Lisa. Communication is their main topic. And they get really deep.
Yes, they do.
They get real deep.
Mhm.
So you need to come on in on Thursday afternoon and just listen to some of the conversation. Garrett is very transparent, and so is Lisa, but they don't skirt around some of the tough issues. They don't make it seem like it's all perfect and rosy
Right.
because it isn't. So if you want to get some pointers, come back and visit them. And then on Fridays at 8 o'clock, we have my girl Quetta J. Quetta talks about the praying wife and all of the things that us as wives has to pray for, as we are wives, as we are warriors, as we are worshipers for our husband and our legacy. Come on Friday and join Quetta. And then at 6 o'clock on Saturdays, join our back again.
Yes, we are.
So thank you for putting up with me today. I'm still like on a cloud. I've just spent 3 days with Dr. Dunamis D, and she teaches, she counsels, she has a mixture of spirituality, therapeutic counseling,
Mhm.
and she binds the two together, the biblical aspect, the spiritual aspect. She just takes it and shakes it up in a bag, but when it come out, it's looking good. And if you follow her, I guarantee you it will change your life. One more time, go to www.healingformysoullive.com. We would love to see you in April. Joe won't be there, but I will be there. And every female that I just named that is in our little team will be there. Dr. D promises to give you hands-on therapeutic coaching where she can touch you, look in your eyes, see your heart. But she can't do none of that if you're not there. That ain't going to happen on a Zoom. So this is an opportunity for you to come to see what we're all about at Dunamis, at Healing for My Soul. It's all part of a movement to help us heal our life and our relationship so that it will be better and so that we can serve Christ the way he expects us to.
Amen.
So, you got anything else?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Until next week, we'll see you. What we say? Peace out.
Peace out.
Have a good one.